Hello, Saint Law. Anyone please confirm about the voice and the video? Very good evening, everyone. Okay, good for you. I hope you like the classes. Chaliye, clear? Okay, thank you very much for the confirmation. On that note, let's begin with this class. So first of all, I welcome each one of you to my class on the Indian Penal Code. Let's start with my brief introduction. My name is Sandeep Khatri. These are my areas of specialization. As you can see on the screen, the constitutional law, criminal law, commercial law, family law, jurisprudence, and law of torts. Here is the link of my profile of Unacademy. So please make sure you follow that to get all the updates about my special classes and my plus courses. Here is the link of my Telegram channel where you can connect with me and you may ask your questions related to your judicial preparation. And at last, I have mentioned my code Khatri10, which you may use to get the free access of all the special classes available on Unacademy app. So it was about me. So I request everyone, please be attentive, and this is going to be an interactive session. So the moment you feel you're not clear with anything, feel free to ask your questions. So what we are going to cover today, we are going to discuss some questions and answers related to section 299 and section 300 of IPC, one of the most interesting topic, and I'm going to discuss all these cases as well, all the landmark judgments on section 299 and section 300. Okay. So before starting the class, if you have any questions, you may ask, and if not, then quickly give me a thumbs up. I'll start the session. Very good evening, Ayushi. Thank you, Anand, for clarifying that. Very good evening, Shivangi. Okay. Chaliye, I've got the thumbs up. So on that note, let's begin with this class. Let's start this class with a question first. Let's see how many of you can answer that. See, there are two sections, section 299 and section 300 of IPC, right, which we are going to discuss today. Now, my first question to each one of you who are attending this session live, or even if you are going to watch this in a recording session, you may still, write your answer or your questions in the comment sections or on my Telegram channel. So my first question is that section 299 deals with culpable homicide, fine. Section 300 deals with the concept of murder. Now I'm giving you two options. These two concepts are basically two completely different offenses. I'm starting with an easy question, by the way. Let me tell you this as well. So my first question is, when it comes to section 299 and section 300, which option is the correct one? Option number A, that these two are basically completely different offenses. Completely different offenses in a sense, they have nothing to do with each other. Okay. And then there is option number B, which says that there is only one offense, and these are basically the two different degrees of that offense. Now you tell me which option you are going to choose. Yes, please. Option number A, two completely different offenses which has nothing to do with each other. And then there is only one offense, but this one offense has two degrees, and one of the degrees 299 and the second degree is section 300. Which option will you choose, A or B? Please do mention in the comments now. Okay, first one to answer should be B. What about others? I'm repeating myself. Those of you who have just joined, I have just started this session with a simple question, that when it comes to section 299 and section 300, which option you are going to choose, A or B? Option A, these two are the completely different offenses. They have nothing to do with each other. And the option number B is there is basically only one offense, and that offense has two degrees. Okay, everyone has answered B. Okay, Shivangi has written the reasoning as well. Very good evening, Shiv Gauri. Okay, everyone has answered B. So the correct. This is the correct answer, students. This is the correct answer. B is the correct one. There is basically only one offense and there are 2 degrees. Now the second question. Now coming to the second question. Why? Why is so? And now I'm giving you the answer. Listen carefully. See, students, there is only one offense, that is culpable homicide. Now it is culpable homicide amounts to murder or culpable homicide does not amounts to murder. When we say culpable homicide amounts to murder, basically we are dealing with the concept of murder. But when we say culpable homicide does not amounts to murder, we are talking about culpable homicide only. So it is basically culpable homicide amounts to murder, does not amounts to murder. So the B is the correct one. If you all are clear with this, I'll come to the next question, question number 2, which is basically the real question. This was an easy one, but interesting as well. A good way to, it's the correct perspective to see section 299 and section 300. If it is clear, quickly give me a thumbs up. I'll move to the next one. Okay, I've got the thumbs up. Now coming to the real question. Let's see how many of you can answer that. Students, I hope you all have gone through with section 299 explanation 1. Okay, I'm not going to, in the details. I'm just asking you a simple question. My question is, when it comes to section 299 explanation 1, in this case, the person, the accused, if his case falls under section 299 explanation 1, the accused will get the punishment of culpable homicide or murder. Yes, please. I am repeating myself. When it comes to an accused whose case falls under section 299 explanation 1, that particular accused will get the punishment under section 302, which is of murder, or 304. Now you please answer whatever you feel like. This is option number A. This is option number B. Yes, please. Okay, sent law. First one to answer. Culpable homicide, Shiv Gauri. Culpable homicide. Everyone, please do participate and let me make a promise to you. At the end of this class, you are going to learn many new things. Okay? But just do participate. Don't think about whether you are, answering the correct or the wrong one. Okay, Shivangi, culpable homicide. What about others? Come on. And let me tell you, this is not that easy as it looks like. Okay, let me give you a hint. I have not received the correct answer till now. So yes, please, send law, Shiv Gauri and Shivangi. If you want to try something else with reasoning, and if you can answer with reasoning, that is something beyond my expectations. But if you can give me the reasons as well, I'll be super happy. Deemed to cause the death. Okay. Shubhi. Okay, Shivangi. Sorry, sir. Murder. It commits the offense. Okay. Not culpable homicide, not murder. Shubhi Khandelwal. Okay. Now let me answer. There is only one student who has answered correctly, and that is Shubhi Khandelwal. Completely correct answer. Now let me conclude. My question was very, very simple. If your case falls under section 299 explanation 1, the accused will get the punishment of culpable homicide or murder. If you are going to read that explanation word by word, you will see that it does not talk about either culpable homicide or murder. So what it talks about? Section 299 explanation 1 is just about causing death. That's it. Now, why this is important, causing death? There are 2 words. There are basically 2 different concepts. Causing death, right? See, when we read section 299, it has no clauses. But to understand this, I hope everyone has divided section 299 into 3 parts, right? And for that matter, can you tell me one common topic that is under every clause of section 299? Can anyone tell me what is that common concept that is going to fall under 299.1 as well, 299.2 as well, 299.3 as well? Let me tell you again. There is no clausing when it comes to section 299, but yes, when it comes to to understand the concept, we basically make three parts of section 299. Let me give you the exact heading as well. When it comes to section 299 clause 1, it talks about intention to cause death, right? When it comes to 299.2, it talks about intention to give bodily injury which is likely to cause death, and the third one, knowledge which is likely to cause death. So these are the three clauses. So can you please tell me the common part? Okay, Shubhi has attended my previous sessions. Chaliye, good for you. Okay, scent law, death. Okay. What about others? Yes, what is that common concept that will fall under all the clauses of section 299? Only death, scent law? Only death? Okay, now let me answer. Now listen carefully, I'm concluding this whole concept. Okay, getting confused, Shiv Gauri. Okay, fine. Now first, I'm raising the questions and then I'm giving you the answers as well. See, if you don't know the answer, that is never a problem. The problem is when someone is giving you the answer and you are still ignorant about that. That is the problem, right? So let me repeat the question. The question was very simple. When it comes to section, when we divide section 299 into three parts, what is that common concepts that fall under all these, clauses, all the three clauses, all the three parts? So the answer to that question is cause, death. Now coming to the second question. Sir, what is this concept all about? Why these two terms are very, very important? What do we mean by the cause? What do we mean by the death? Now listen carefully. If a person, if there is an accused, he will get the punishment. Why? Because that particular accused has caused the death. Only then he will get the punishment, whether it is culpable homicide or whether it is murder. So let's take a simple example. If there is a person, Mr. A, he died because of, now listen carefully, if there is a person, Mr. A, he died because of heart attack, natural death. So what is the cause of death of Mr. A? Natural death, heart attack. So now Mr. B will get the punishment or not? The answer is very simple, sir. He will not get the punishment. Why no? Because there is one important concept under section 299 which says that the death must be caused by the accused only. Then only we are going to punish the accused. Now coming to the second question. If suppose Mr. A fired at if Mr. B had a gun and he shoot Mr. A, and because of that gunshots Mr. A died. Now Mr. A died because of Mr. B. So can I say that the cause of the death, Mr. A's caused death because of Mr. B. So now Mr. B will get the punishment. Now let's connect this concept with explanation 1 and explanation 2. Students, when it comes to section 299, explanation 1 and explanation 2, that has nothing to do with culpable homicide or murder. I'm repeating myself. Explanation 1 and explanation 2 has nothing to do with culpable homicide or murder. The only purpose of explanation 1 and explanation 2 is to tell you that this particular person has caused the death. This particular person has caused the death. And that's it. Now, let me give you one last example. Now, suppose if Mr. A knows that Mr. A, sorry, why I'm calling B, focus. Now suppose there is Mr. B and he is Mr. A. Now Mr. B knows this very well, that Mr. A is suffering from brain tumor, and Mr. B punches Mr. A on his head, and because of that Mr. A died. Now Mr. B will get the punishment of murder. Why? Because Mr. B knows there was intention to cause death. But let's suppose Mr. B has no idea that Mr. A was suffering from brain tumor, and he still punches on his head. Now Mr. B will get the punishment of culpable homicide. But you know what is the common factor in both these cases? That it was Mr. B who causes the death of A. And from where we are concluding this concept, sir, that in both the cases it is Mr. B who is causing the death. That is because of section 299 explanation 1. So explanation 1 of section 299 only concludes that Mr. B causes the death. Whether it is murder or culpable homicide, that depends upon the other factors of the case. I hope now it is clear. Yes, please. If you still have any doubts, you may ask. If not, I have many questions to discuss. Yes, please now. If it is clear, quickly give me a thumbs up. If not, if you still have any doubts, you may write that in the comments. Waiting for your responses. Okay, Shiv Gauri clear. Shivangi thumbs up. No. See, culpable homicide does not mean having knowledge or not. See, I'm repeating myself for you, scent law. Okay. Okay, let me take a simple example. Let me give you one more example. Okay. Okay. There is a man, let's name that man Mr. M. Okay. And there is a lady, let's name her L. Okay. So there is a lady and there is a man. Okay. And they are in a room. Okay. They are in a room. And this room is on, suppose, 20th floor of a building. Okay. And there is no one else in the room. Okay. Now Mr. M is passing a statement to this lady that now I am going to rape you. And this person is moving forward towards the lady. Now the lady jumps off the window from the 20th floor and she died. Now you tell me, if the question is, now the question, I'm not asking about whether it is culpable homicide or whether it is murder. No. My question to each one of you is that who causes the death of this lady? The first answer now I'm giving you options as well. First option, that is option number 1, that is this man causes this death. Man causes her death. And the second option, the lady commits the suicide. So it's the lady only who actually caused her death. Now you tell me option number 1 or option number 2. Yes, please answer in the comments. And scent law, this example is exclusively for you, so please do participate. Shivangi, this has nothing to do with self-defense. Yes, please now answer. Who caused the death of the lady? Option number 1, scent law. Okay, which means in this whole example, if you are saying that Mr. M caused the death of lady, now you do understand the question. Now suppose let's change this question. If this lady was not happy with her job, she was not happy with her life, so she voluntarily, now this is my second question, now she voluntarily jumps from the 20th floor, and because of that she died. Now let's assume that Mr. M was her boss. Now I'm raising the same question again. Who causes the death of the lady? Option number 1, the boss, Mr. M. Option number 2, the lady herself. Now you please do participate. Yes. Shivangi, first one to answer B. Scent law. What's your answer? Option number 2, if she is doing it herself. Perfect. Which means if you can answer all these 2 previous questions, now after, once you are done with this class, I'm suggesting you, Sandlaw, please go through with explanation number 1 and explanation number 2 of section 299. And you know what is going to be the conclusion of both those explanations? That who causes the death? It has nothing to do with culpable homicide or murder. That will simply answer that yes, whether that person causes the death or whether that disease causes the death. Fine. In explanation number 2, whether that accused caused the death or that doctor or that hospital who has not given the treatment has caused the death. And then in both the explanation, the conclusion will remain the same, that the accused has caused the death. That's it. I hope now it is clear. Okay, I may move to the next one. Okay, fine. Perfect. Let's move to the next one. Now I'm moving to the next question, and my next question is again very, very simple. Yes, now you're clear with this. It's just on cause, not only on death, it's on causing death. Okay, now you need to answer me when it comes to explanation 3. Okay, and I'm going to be very, very specific in this one. If we talk about explanation 3 of section 299, if there is a child in mother's womb and someone caused the death of that child, suppose there is a child in the mother's womb and someone caused the death of that child. Now you tell me whether it is a culpable homicide or murder. Yes, please. That is my question. Waiting for your responses. None of the above. Shivagori, 315. Sant law, the section which you actually wants to refer is section 312. So the correct answer is neither culpable homicide nor murder. Okay. So the answer is going to be section 312. Anyone having the reasoning why section 312, why section 312, and why not culpable homicide or murder? Now let me explain the question as well. I hope you all know the basic biology, that if the mother is, if there is a mother, if there is a child in the mother's womb, so we can easily say that there is a life there, right? Basic biology, there is a life, and someone is causing death. So why not culpable homicide or murder? Why section 312? Now I'm asking you, why section 312? Yes, please. It's okay, you don't need to be sorry. Yes, please. So Shiv Gauri, you have to now give me the reasoning. Waiting for your answers. Where it is written, Shiv Gauri, that in culpable homicide it requires existence of body? No, there is no such requirement. Like at least a body part or child should be out of the womb. Okay, now let me answer this again. Now listen carefully. See, again, if you don't know the answer, now that's completely fine with me or any other educator. And the reason is very simple. You are in my class because you want to learn something, right? So it's okay if you don't know the answer. It's completely fine. Now listen carefully. Now I'm giving you the answer. The answer is very simple, students. we have a specific offense in relation to that, and that is causing miscarriage. If we do have the specific offense, then why do we need section 3 and why do we need culpable homicide or murder? It's something like that. If you go before 2013 criminal law amendment, there was no specific offense in relation to acid attack, right? There was no section 326A or section 326B. So if before 2013 someone was committing an offense in relation to acid attack, that usually falls under grievous hurt, right? But now if we do have section 326A or B, do we need grievous hurt? The answer is no. I hope now it's clear. May I move to the next question? Done? It was simple, right? It was basic common sense and logic, right? Chalo. Okay, on that note, moving to the next one. Now answer this one. The next question is again on section 299, explanation 3. Now the question is, suppose at the time of delivery, if any body part of the child, right? If any body part of the child comes out, irrespective of the fact whether the child has, taken any breath or not, if someone caused the death, now, while doing the delivery, if someone caused the death and the body part has already came out, now the question is, this will fall under culpable homicide or murder? Yes, please. Answer in the comments. Trust me, if you can answer these questions, I can assure you that your concepts are completely solid. I can give you that certificate. If you can answer all these questions, I can tell you that yes, your concepts when it comes to section 299 or 300 is completely fine. Okay, I'm repeating myself. My question is from section 299 explanation 3, and that is, if suppose there is a mother, there is a child in the mother's womb, right, and the delivery is taking place, and the body part of the child has come out, right? Now after that, if someone has caused the death of that child, after that, when the body part has already came out, now you need to answer me, that will fall under culpable homicide or that will fall under murder. Very good evening, Prashant. Yes, please. Come on, I have not received even a single answer. If you even see, okay, if you don't know the answer, please do write, sir, we don't know. Even that is fine with me. At least now, after that, I know you don't know. Okay. Okay, Shivangi, culpable homicide. Shiv Gauri, murder. Kumar Praful, culpable homicide. Okay. What about others? Should I disclose the answer? Tick tick 1, tick tick 2. Use your judicial mind. Develop your judicial mind. Do spend good amount of time with your bare acts. And that's the key. That's the bottom line for these kind of classes. If you want to answer all these kind of questions, these are the tricks. Okay, let me tell you. It is neither culpable homicide nor murder. It is neither culpable homicide nor murder. Now coming to the reasoning. Why not, sir? Why not? And the answer is, students, because when you will read section 299 explanation 3 part 2, this is basically from the later part of the explanation, you will see there is a term that has been used in the Bail Act, and that says may. It may be culpable homicide. It may. Now it depends upon the person, how that person is causing the death, with intention, with bodily injury, with knowledge, likely to cause death or sufficient to cause death. So the answer that is written there is may culpable homicide. Culpable homicide amounts to murder or does not amount to murder, that depends upon various factors. And that is why the answer is, when it comes to section 299 explanation 3 letter part, it is neither culpable homicide nor murder. But it is going to be either, but there is a big but that is going to be either culpable homicide or murder depending upon the other facts. I hope it's clear now. बताइए जी, मजा आया कुछ, दिमाग खुला? And now let me tell you the key why you could not answer that question. Let me give you that as well. Why you are not able to answer these questions? You may have read section 299, multiple times, because you have not read by heart. Remember in our school times, our teacher used to, pass this line, learn this by heart. And there's a concept that you have to, by heart means you have to get involved. Okay, there's no punishment, there is no gun on your head that you have to read the Bail Act, and that is the thing. Okay, I have got all the thumbs ups, so I may move on to the next topic, right? Chaliye ji. On that note, let's begin with the next question. Now my next question is basically a case law, right? And now you have to answer that this will fall under culpable homicide or murder, right? All I'm going to do is just going to share some facts of the case and you are going to decide, okay? So listen the facts carefully, okay? I'll make sure that the facts are clear to you. So there is a person, let's name this person Mr. A, okay? These are the facts of a case. I'm going to tell you the name of the case as well. Okay, and let me tell you this as well. These are the basic landmark judgments on 299 and 300. Okay. Chalo. There is Mr. A, and this Mr. A basically received gunshots. Okay. Where? In abdomen. Okay. The date when he received such gunshots was 9th February 1960. And these are the real facts. Okay, this is not the story I am making it. Now, someone took him to the hospital, and he somehow, with the grace of God and with the help of doctors, with all his good luck, he survived somehow. Okay, someone took him to the hospital and he survived. Done. Good karma or whatsoever, whatever you want to believe in. Okay. Now, the next thing is, there is no evidence. There is no evidence to, prove this fact in the court of law that he was completely recovered or not. There was no evidence, which means he was released from the hospital. Okay, he was released from the hospital, and while releasing, there was no evidence that he was completely recovered or he was still struggling because of those gunshots. Okay, and on 1st March 1960, that person, Mr. A, died. Now let me tell you this as well. As per to the facts of the case, there are no clear evidences. There are no evidences which shows that whether Mr. A died because of that gunshots or because of something else. There was no postmortem that has taken place. So these were the facts of the case. Now assume that there was Mr. B who actually, who shot Mr. A down in the abdomen. Okay. So now the question in front of you is, Mr. B has committed culpable homicide, option number A. Option number B, murder. Option number C, attempt to murder. Or option number D, no offense. Okay, I have given you the options as well. Let it be easy for you. So these are the four options in front of you. First, Mr. B will get the punishment under culpable homicide. A option, B option, murder. C option, attempt to murder. And the last option, D, no offense. Yes, now please choose the option carefully. After that, I am going to tell you the name of the case as well. Waiting for your answers. Okay, first one to answer, Shivendra Yadav. B, murder. Okay, Shivendra. What about others? Shivangi, Shivagauri, Prashant, Kumar Praful, Saint Law, or anyone, whosoever is attending this live session. D, no offense, no evidence. Okay, Prashant. Shivgori, I have not received any answer from your end. Okay, Kumar Praful, murder. Kumar Praful, murder. Shivgori, I don't know why, but I have not received your answer. I have received the last two comments from your end. Is first one is clear, after that, sir, my answer, and the third one is I have already answered. So just repeat that. I maybe any technical glitch. Okay, Shivgori, attempt to murder as death was not sudden. Chaliye. Now I have received your answer, Shivgori. Okay, let me answer now. Let me give you the answer. First, can it be no offense? Answer is no. Okay, let me choose another color, green. D cannot be the answer. Sir, why D cannot be the answer? Why D cannot be the answer? The reason is very, very simple. B shot Mr. A. And you are saying, sir, he has not committed any offense. The evidence which I have told you in the facts, no evidence whether he was completely recovered or not. There was no evidence whether the death caused because of those gunshots or not. But this was pretty much clear who shot Mr. A. And the answer is B. So this can't be no offense. Now coming to, sir, whether it is culpable homicide or whether it is murder. Now, before answering that, I want to raise one more question. And that is, you tell me, can there be a case where there is no culpable homicide, but it is the case of murder? Yes, everyone, please do answer yes or no. Before letting you the answer of this question, I am raising the second question here. That can there be a case where there is no culpable homicide, but it still amounts to murder? Yes, please. Yes or no? First one to answer, Shivagori, no. What about others? Okay, Prashant, yes, please tell me the scenario, Prashant. Please give me any example, any case law or any situation, any section number on this. Please do enlighten me. Where it is written, Prashant, that if it is not a case of culpable homicide, it may still amounts to murder. Everyone, please be attentive. Make sure you don't miss any of my statements. Yes, Prashant, still waiting for your answer. I need to conclude this. Okay, let me answer then now. Prashant, answer to your question. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Which means there cannot be a case where it is culpable homicide, where it is not culpable homicide, but it will still amounts to murder. It cannot be a case. Every murder is culpable homicide, but all culpable homicide are not murders. Fine. So now do remember that. Clear? Now coming to the next one. Now coming to this one. This is not culpable homicide. This is not murder. Sir, why this is not the case of murder? Because it is not a case of culpable homicide. Okay, sir. Then why it is no case of culpable homicide? Because in culpable homicide, there is a common concept in all the three clauses. And that is the first one, cause death. B, cause death. C, cause death. And now you tell me, as per to the facts of this case, whether it was clear that Mr. B caused the death of A. As per to the facts of the case, whether it is clear whether Mr. B caused the death of Mr. A. Answer is no. Why no? Because there was no evidence. There was no evidence which shows that Mr. A was completely recovered or not. Whether there was no post-mortem after his death. So you get to know, okay, the death was caused because of those gunshots in the abdomen. And if there was no culpable homicide, no murder, no offense, we are left with only one, attempt to murder. Whether that was attempt to murder, yes. Received gunshots in the abdomen, it was attempt to murder. So the Mr. B will get the punishment of attempt to murder. If it is clear, quickly give me a thumbs up. If not, ask me questions. आज कोई फेस्टिवल है? Maybe sure. Actually, there is a dhol going on, so maybe. Okay, ji. I have got the thumbs ups. So I'm in. Okay, now let me tell you the name of the case as well. So this is the name of the case. If you want to go into the details, the name of the case is Moti Singh versus State of UP, 1964 Supreme Court. This is the name of the case. Okay, हाँ, maybe शादी as well. हाँ, ठीक है, फेस्टिवल से शादी भी हो सकती है किसी की. I hope you are not getting disturbed because of that. चलिए जी, मैं मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन. ओके, प्रशांत ने लिखा है जी राधा अष्टमी. ओके, हैप्पी राधा अष्टमी टू एवरीवन इन दैट केस. Okay, let's make it easy for you. One easy question. Okay, hit it as hard as you can. ठीक है, स्टेडियम से सीधा बाहर जा सकता है. इतना इजी क्वेश्चन फेंक रहा हूं मैं आपके सामने. इतना इजी क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. Is there any difference between these two terms? The answer is going to be yes or no, right? Is there any difference between culpable homicide and culpable homicide does not amounting to murder? Is there any difference? Yes. Is there any difference? No. You answer. बताइए. Okay, that. चलो It's okay. I had really a chalo chodo रहने दो. Let's not go there. Okay, focus. Yes, please answer. Is there any difference between these two terms, culpable homicide and culpable homicide does not amounting to murder? Yes or no? Okay, first one to answer Sant Law. Yes. Prashant, no. Sant Law, please write down that, at least write down minimum one difference, because you have answered yes, there is difference. So please do mention at least one difference between these two. What about others? Everyone, please do participate. See, I told you the class is going to be interactive. Okay. Interactive means you have to participate. Shivagori, no. Only 3 students has answered. The correct answer is, students, there is no difference. These are basically two synonyms. Culpable homicide means section 299. Culpable homicide does not amounting to murder, which means not murder, then what? Then culpable homicide only. And what is the difference between, now let's go it another way as well. What is the difference between murder and culpable homicide amounts to murder? When it comes to these as well, there is no such difference between these two terms. Culpable homicide amounts to murder, which means murder only, and there is murder only. So there is no such difference. Culpable homicide amounting to murder equals to culpable homicide होता है ना? नहीं 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 नहीं. Sant Law, आप ये प्लीज चार्ट बना लीजिए. I think you need this chart badly. First one, culpable homicide equals to culpable homicide does not amounts to murder. Okay, culpable homicide equals to culpable homicide does not amounts to murder. Both are talking about culpable homicide only. And the another two terms are murder equals to culpable homicide amounts to murder. So basically both are talking about section 300. If it is clear, quickly give me a thumbs up. I'll move to the next one. Shivagori, the differences between culpable homicide and murder. Okay, let me give you again an easy one. खिचड़ी सी बन गई है ये. Okay, culpable homicide, murder, right? Equals to culpable homicide not amounting to murder. ठीक है? Murder equals to culpable homicide amounts to murder. This is basically, both are the same statements. This is basically section 299, punishable under section 304. This is basically section 300, punishable under section 302. That's it. I hope now it will make more sense to you. Okay, then it's fine. Anyone having issues with this chart, you may ask questions. Done? Okay. SS ले लिया है. I hope that's not a question, so I'm just ignoring that. Chaliye ji. Moving to the next one. When it comes to section 299, clause 1, which is basically not clause, I'm repeating that again and again, okay? And section 300, firstly, there is intention to cause death. And when it comes to section 300, firstly, let me give you the exact wordings in the question. It says death is caused is done with intention of causing death. So now you need to tell me, is there any difference between these two? Yes, please. Is there any difference? Or they are the same? Is there any difference between these two concepts? Kumar, let me just complete this one, okay? And after that, I'll take your question, okay? So just wait for 2 to 3 minutes, okay? And by the way, you don't need to ask. You can just write your question. Okay? You can just write your question, and once I'm done with this one, I'll answer your question. Yes, please. Okay, screenshot ले लिया. My God, screenshot SS. Hey, Bhagwan. I hope you are not going to refer this language in your mains examination, right? Okay, I'm repeating the question. Section 299(1) says intention to cause death. Section 300 firstly says death is done with the intention of causing death. Now I'm asking, is there any difference between these two concepts or they are the same? Is there any difference or the same? That is the question. परिणाम की संभावना, क्या बात है, भारी भरकम शब्द, परिणाम की संभावना. Okay, can you please, Prashant, can you give me the reasoning from where you have taken this reasoning from? मतलब like the source of your information. Okay, Kumar Praful, difference, sir. Please, Kumar, please do tell me the difference in that case. What is the difference? With the help of any example or case law or any kind of a section, if you can tell me, or any illustration. Waiting for your answers. ओके कुमार, एन एक्ट द एक्ट, तो व्हाट डज, मतलब क्या डिफरेंस बन जाएगा? चलो, लेट मी आंसर दिस, द लास्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर टुडेज क्लास. ओके, मतलब सेकंड लास्ट. आफ्टर दैट आई एम गोइंग टू टेक Praful's question. See, the answer is very, very simple, students. When you going to read this, and after going to read this, if your any case falls under 299(1), if your any case falls under section 299 clause 1, intention to cause death, this will automatically falls under section 300 firstly. Now the question is, sir, why we are using this term automatically? Why a case that falls under 299(1) automatically falls under section 300 firstly? Because there is no difference. There is no difference. Now why there is no difference, sir? Why there is no difference? The answer is because this will fall under culpable homicide amounting to murder, which means the person will get the punishment of murder only. Culpable homicide amounts to murder. Okay. Now let me give you one example as well. Suppose there is Mr. A. He pick up a gun. Then he load the gun. Then he aim. And after that he shot. And there is Mr. B who died because of that. Now in this whole example, in this whole illustration, may I say that there was intention? Now you will say, sir, how will we get to know someone's intention? The answer is again very simple. That is because of from the conduct of that person. So the conduct of the person, while picking up the gun, just a second. While picking up the gun, then loading the gun with the bullets, then aiming, and after that he's shooting down the person. Now in this whole example, there was intention, and he is causing the death. Who caused the death of Mr. B? Mr. A only. So now section 299 clause 1 will automatically falls under section 300 firstly. Done? So which means there is no such difference. Okay. As far as your difference is an act or the act is concerned, let me tell you, there was only one time that particular question has been asked in PT examination. So for that matter, you may answer that. But yes, when it comes to conceptual knowledge, intention is intention. Okay. Here is also we do have the intention to cause death. Here also we are having intention to cause death. And intention, you cannot say that there can be a degree in the intention. Sir, my intention was to kill that person by 20%. Sir, in this case, the intention was to kill that person by 90%. No. Either we do have the intention or we don't have the intention. And if we are going to have the intention to kill, that will fall under 299(1) and then automatically to 300 firstly. And that is why we say culpable homicide amounts to murder. And I rest my case. Yes, please now. Anything, if you are still not clear with, you may ask questions. Yes, Praful, please do write your question, whatsoever it was. And if all others as well, if it is clear, quickly give me a thumbs up. I have an important information to share with you all. We are still left with these cases, so I'll continue by here only in my next session. Yes, please. Q&A. So this is the link of my profile. Make sure you follow that to get all the updates about my special classes and my plus courses. This is my Telegram channel where you can connect with me, and this is my code Khatri10. Student, this is one important information which I want to share with you. There is a 7-day free trial going on, and tomorrow is going to be the last date. So what you need to do is just follow these 4 steps. Just scan the QR code. Then register and choose for Judiciary PCS J as your goal and activate your code and start learning. Then you are going to have access of all the classes. So which means you know this is your chance. So you can witness how actually Unacademy works on their judicial aspirants. Okay. So do not miss this opportunity. This is completely free. All you need to do is just to follow all these 4 steps. And you will have the access of all the classes. Okay, you can use my code, that is Khatri10, to get the activation. Kumar Praful, okay, your question is, sir, life imprisonment and life imprisonment till natural death में difference क्या है? Okay, now let me give you the difference. Kumar Praful, life imprisonment means till life. That's it. End of the discussion. Which means if suppose there is Mr. A who is accused and he got life imprisonment, which means till death. whether it is for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 80 years, depending upon the age of that person. Okay, first thing. Now coming to life imprisonment till natural death. Okay, there is no such concept called life imprisonment till natural death. Okay, there are some punishments which you may have gone through, which says here life imprisonment means till death. Okay, that is altogether another thing, but that has nothing to do with life imprisonment till natural death. Okay, now where does this all confusion gets in? Because of section 57. Now what is the purpose of section 57 then? The purpose of section 57 is to basically tell you that, see, if we have to give 50% of life imprisonment, how you are going to calculate? If you are going to go, for example, when it comes to section 511, which gives the punishment for attempt, the punishment is half. Now, if the punishment for the offense is 3 years, what is the half of that punishment? 1.5. Simple mathematics. If the punishment of any offense is 7 years, and now you need to do half, so that is 3.5. But what is the half of life imprisonment? So sir, how can we calculate that? So for that purpose we have section 57, which basically says half of 20 years. So for that matter, life imprisonment is for 20 years. So that is the answer. I hope now it's clear. Kumar, give me an example. Give me a section number. Give me a section number and I'll explain the concept. Give me a section number where this term has been used, life imprisonment till natural death. I think it is usually in your section 376. मतलब जहाँ तक मुझे याद आ रहा है, हाँ, it may be in the section 376. Okay, let me give you exact example for that one. See, when you will read section 376 DA for that example, okay. Now, when you are going to read section 376 DA, it says, where a woman under 16 years of age is raped by one or more person constituting a group or acting in furtherance of a common intention, each of those persons shall be deemed to have committed the offense of rape and shall be punished with imprisonment for life, okay, which shall mean imprisonment for the remainder of the person's natural life and with fine. Okay, so the only emphasis here is that the person will get life imprisonment. There is no such provision of 10 years or 20 years of provision. Okay, which might be usually what when it comes to practicality, usually what judges used to do, okay, 10 years or 20 years of imprisonment. But when now the person is going to get the punishment under section 376 DA, he is going to enter the jail for life imprisonment. That's it. And that life imprisonment is basically means till death. There is no such exceptions. I hope it's clear. Done? This is just an extra emphasis on that point. Nothing more than that. Done, Kumar? There are no exceptions to the commutation. Commutation depends upon section 55. Done. So that has nothing to do with commutation. All that things needs to do is that there can't be a punishment of like 10 years or 14 years or 20 years in a case. The person will get life imprisonment. That's it. Irrespective of the age of that person. There are no such exceptions. Clear? Okay, Ji. On that note, that's it from my end. Let's move to next one. So see you in my next session. Till then, yes, it's time to say peace.